Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the greatest secret to creating your own reality. I am your host, Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas. Big video today. I want to talk about this guy that we had a session yesterday. He's not new to the channel, but he mentioned a video that really, where it really clicked for him. And this was a video that I talked about. There were a few videos, but there was a video in particular where I talked about that your attention creates reality. That your attention is reality, your awareness. And he says it's changed everything. He goes, it's the greatest secret that's not really even a secret. He goes, I get it now that where I put my attention, what I focus on is reality in that moment. So we're going to go over these ideas today and more. Remember, where your attention goes, energy flows. All the spiritual greats talked about that. And he remembers that and he goes, I never really fully understood it until now, right? That it's one of the most powerful metaphysical principles there is, right? All energy, remember, is source energy, right? A manifestation of ultimate reality, the great I am, the great isness of all that is, pure awareness or unconditioned consciousness. Source energy, or that energy that we're talking about, is a manifestation of that unconditioned consciousness, that awareness of being. The creator, first cause, the Father, what we call God. And then you are the Son. In other words, that I am awareness. The manifestation, the first manifestation of God in expression, that I am awareness. That's the source energy. That's that all that isness, right? That's powerful. So let's hit this. You have the God-given gift to be aware of yourself as the creator of your reality. I've talked about this in the last few videos. That awareness of being, that I am, or all that is. But like the prodigal son in Scripture where they talk about the two sons, you can squander that gift on loose living. It was said that the prodigal squandered his inheritance on loose living. In other words, squandering your attention, your awareness of being, what you're focusing on. That's why it was said in the prodigal that he journeyed into a far country. In other words, you're focusing on non-fulfillment, right? You're focusing on the changing conditions. You're feeling separate from your source. You're feeling separate from that source energy, from that pure awareness, from that awareness of being. By focusing your attention on things that you don't prefer. By squandering your attention, by letting it be led by the conditions. Both the changing inner conditions of thoughts and feelings, where you identify with them, and believe that's who you are, you believe the truth of them, or the outer conditions of people, events, and circumstances. They're all changing. So, where your attention is determines where you are. In other words, what frame, lifeline, alternative parallel reality, script, film role, or identity, or version of you are occupying. We talked about all of these as metaphors for reality. Right? The whole idea that there's a script or a film role or an identity or a version of you playing out. Right? Like the movie from The Chosen, the healing at the pool. Look at me, I'm asking about you. Do you want to be healed? Remember, it's look at me. Where's your attention? Where's your awareness? Do you remember at that pool scene where the paralyzed man was looking off at the pool, at the conditions? And Jesus, your I am awareness is saying, look at me, look at me. Where's your attention? Where's your awareness now? That's the greatest secret. Is it on fulfillment? Is it on already being whole, already being abundant, already being in love, already thriving? Then put your attention on that. Be aware of that reality already within you. Imagine that. It's being aware of that reality already within you. There's nothing out there means there's nothing, right? There's nothing out there means it's nothing. Remember Jesus in the scene of The Chosen said it means nothing. In other words, there's nothing out there. You only need me. He says you only need me. This pool means nothing. It does nothing. In other words, there's nothing out there, right? Same with your changing thoughts and feelings. They mean nothing. You get to give them all meaning, right? You only need me. You only need that awareness of being. So where's your awareness? Where's your attention? Because your awareness of being, the translation of that in the 3D experience is your attention. Where's your attention, right? There's no out there means nothing exists for you outside of your attention awareness of it. You give it, creation's finished. But if you don't have your attention awareness on it, it doesn't exist for you, right? That's your gift to choose what part of creation you wish to experience, or in other words, be aware of and focus your attention on. What part of all that you are, that infinite, multidimensional being that you are, do you wish to put your attention on? The objective world vanishes as we turn our attention from it. Neville Goddard. It's not there when you're not looking, when you're not putting your attention on it. Do you see this? Right? Your attention awareness, your light is reality. Because there's no objective reality. Only yourself, only your identity, only your I am awareness is pushed out and projected and reflected out there. It's all you. We've talked about all of these ideas. So you ask, what do I do? Put your attention awareness on fulfillment, right? Be the identity now of that which you desire to be. Experience that freedom and love and abundance now, right? Look at reality from your wishes already fulfilled. Look as the reality you wish to see and experience out there, right? See all conditions as the perfect unfolding, and then they must be. Remember, your seeing, your perceiving, your awareness, your experience is reality. There's nothing outside of that. It means, what Neville Goddard says here, it means holding your attention upon the idea of your wish fulfilled until that fills the mind and crowds out all other ideas of consciousness. Wow! Right? That wish fulfilled. Putting your awareness and attention on that. That's powerful. Let's keep going today. We have a lot to do. Where's your attention awareness now? Remember we talked about this from reality transurfing. Vadim Zeland talks about the screens, the inner screen and the outer screen. The inner screen being your changing thoughts and feelings. The outer screen being the changing people, events, and circumstances. And then your awareness center is the vertical. It's it's aware of you, aware only of your fulfillment. Seeing all things through the eyes of that identity of wish fulfilled. That's the vertical. It doesn't mean you don't see these thoughts and feelings or these changing people, events, and circumstances. You observe them, you know they're there, but you're not identifying with them as your reality. Right? You're in this center of awareness. You have both of those going on, but you're not identifying with them. Right? Your attention is when your attention is immersed in the inner and outer screens, your attention is not your own. Do you see it? When your attention's immersed here, it's not your own. That's why many spiritual teachers and coaches talk about the idea of no free will. It feels like you have no free will when you're immersed in either the inner or outer screen. Because now you're being moved by those thoughts and feelings. You're being moved by those changing people, events, and circumstances. You're being moved by a script that you don't desire and a script you didn't choose. Right? You're trapped in the script. It feels like you have no free will in that case. You have free will to choose. But it feels like you don't, but because you're being led by the thoughts and feelings. You're being led by the changing people, events, and circumstances. Right? The power, you're believing in a power and thought, or you're feeling that there's a power and authority outside of you. Right? Sometimes when you're focused in those screens, it gives you the illusion of control. But unless you wake up and consciously be aware and consciously choose where to focus your attention, someone or somebody else is. Right? And that someone or someone else are those changing people, events, and circumstances, those changing thoughts and feelings. The script that you didn't choose, that you don't prefer. That's what's controlling you, right? Unless you wake up and consciously choose what to be aware of and where to focus your attention. Right? Otherwise, someone or someone else is, and it will feel like you don't have free will because you're being led by the script. So instead of being asleep and allowing the script, remember the script is written, as A Course in Miracles says, in reality to have its way with you, wake up and shift to the awareness center, where you are consciously following the script while quietly going upstairs and inserting a new film roll. Otherwise, you're being led by the script that you didn't choose and you don't prefer. Remember, there's infinite scripts, infinite frames of reality, infinite versions of you. And each script has its own fate, has its own series of slides that it follows. But you get to pick the film roll within which that script exists. So as you're in a script, you're going upstairs, you're sitting in the theater, you're going upstairs and changing the film roll that has a new script. You're not resisting whatever's playing out. You're waking up within it. So you're no longer being led by it. You're consciously following it as you light up your new reality, your new future, your new film roll, right? The script is written within any film roll or identity. That's the whole idea of fate. But you have free will to choose or change the film roll or identity or fate, right? Or the assumptions of who and what you are, the assumptions of yourself and the world. You see that there are infinite fates to follow. And you get to choose what film roll, and within each film roll is a specific script. So the script's always changing because you're always changing film rolls. You're always shifting identities. And when you focus on fulfillment only and see all frames as it unfolding towards that fulfillment, then you're always choosing from that higher ideal. You're always identifying with that identity or film roll that has the script that where everything unfolds for you perfectly, right? That's what we're talking about. So stop trying to prove and look for evidence that you are creating and shifting your desired reality, and be the proof and evidence and shift. Do you see this? Stop trying to prove and look for evidence that you're creating and shifting your desired reality, and be the proof and evidence and shift. Remember, when you're looking as reality, right? Otherwise, you're like a lighthouse looking for evidence and proof of its own light. But you can't see that. You are that light. You are that attention and awareness. You're looking at reality as reality. You're looking with and what you're looking for. You are looking with what you're looking for. Do you see? You're looking with your own light. So as you try to prove something, you're just creating a reality of looking, of trying to prove it, of seeing non-fulfillment and trying to prove that you're fulfilled, right? You're looking for signs, proof, evidence, and light, not realizing that you are the proof, signs, evidence, and light. You are the source of all of it, right? We've talked about this idea, but he really got it. Remember, what you focus your attention on, what you are aware of, you assume, affirm, and believe to be real or reality. That's the power of your attention. That's the power of your awareness. It's not about trying to believe it. Your awareness is the truth. That is belief, right? You believe what you put your awareness on. You believe what you put your attention on. You believe that's real, right? That's what creates reality. You are the awareness. You are the light. You are the consciousness or source. But you can't see who you really are because you're looking from the viewpoint, perspective, and vantage point of who you really are. You can't see who you really are because you're looking from that viewpoint. You're looking from that vantage point. You're looking from that perspective of who you really are. It's like the refrigerator light that I've used before, right? Every time you look, the light comes on. You want to, and when you close the door, the light goes off. Right? But as you look, you're looking as reality. You're looking as the light. You'll never know. Every time you look, you give light or reality to whatever you're looking at. The only way to know who you really are is to go within. I am that I am. Do you see it? The only sure way you could know that that refrigerator light is off is that you go within as the light itself. Right? Otherwise, you're always trying to prove it and you never can. Remember, you create that reality as you're looking because you are reality. That's powerful. Every time you look, you give light or reality to whatever you're looking at. Every time you look, you change reality. You change it according to your assumptions and beliefs and from what perspective or viewpoint or vantage point you're looking. That's powerful. So, I am the light of the world. This is what Jesus said. Your I am awareness. In other words, your attention and awareness of being is the light of the world. You literally illuminate the world with your light, awareness, and attention. Right? In the moment now, you're not looking at something, your attention and awareness. In the moment now, when you're no long, when you are not looking at something, your attention awareness, it no longer exists for you. In this now moment, when you're no longer looking at it, with you giving it your attention awareness, it no longer exists for you or is a part of your experience. And your experience of reality is your reality. But when you are looking, then it does become part of your experience. It does become your reality. Do you see it? But in this now moment, when you're not looking at something with your awareness and attention, it no longer exists for you or is a part of your experience, or your experience of reality is reality. Like in the moment that you close the door to the refrigerator, the light goes off. But in that moment, in the moment that you try to prove it, by opening the refrigerator door, the light comes on. Your attention, awareness, and light creates what you see, perceive, manifest as reality. Do you see it? So in the moment that you close that door to that refrigerator, the light goes on. In other words, your attention and focus is no longer giving that reality. But then when you try to prove it, by opening the door, the light comes on. In other words, your attention, light, and awareness gives it reality. You perceive and manifest it. That's powerful today. So the more you put your attention, your awareness and light on something, the more real it gets. Right? The more important, the more interested, the more solid it gets. So it's not about getting, people say, get real. It's not about that. Go in your imagination. Know that instead of getting real, be real. Be who you really are. Your ideal identity of reality. Be the observer. You can create anything you want. It's not about getting practical or getting real. You are reality. Right? Be real. Or be who you really are, your ideal identity or reality. Be the observer, right? You can see both screens of the changing thoughts and feelings and the changing conditions and stand in that awareness center and know that you are source. Just because you can be aware of it doesn't mean that you're identifying with it. You get to determine what your reality is from that vertical, from that awareness center. How do you do that? By focusing on your ideal identity, on your ideal reality. Being that person now, being that fulfillment now, being that abundance now, being that love now, being that freedom now. Not waiting to look for proof out there. And then out there must be what's going on within you, right? Only imagine, assume, affirm, and give your attention awareness to how you would like things to be, not as they appear to be. Right there it is, the screen again, that I am, that fulfillment, that awareness center. Vadim Zeland says, I see myself and I see reality. In other words, you can notice these inner and outer screens. You can notice the changing thoughts and feelings. You can notice the changing people, events, and circumstances. But you're in your center. You're seeing everything, all of this, as unfolding, as your fulfillment unfolding. Because remember, it's all fulfillment. It's all done. Creation's finished. So it's just your fulfillment unfolding. It's just your fully evolved being deciding what part of that evolution you want to experience now and again, right? I see myself and I see reality. That's powerful. So in the awareness center, you see everything, but only identify with and see it as fulfillment. You see the refrigerator light's happy now. I see my light. You know now, the changing thoughts and feelings of lack, doubt, non-fulfillment become irrelevant, right? The changing appearances out there become irrelevant. Why? Because you're identifying with it with fulfillment only. You're seeing fulfillment only. No matter what the changing conditions are showing you, the changing appearances of thoughts and feelings and the changing appearances of people, events, and circumstances, you're identifying as that reality. You're looking at reality as reality. You're looking at fulfillment as fulfillment. There's only fulfillment. That's why Neville Goddard said the great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. He says it right here, imagination and sustained attention on that fulfillment, because that's the only reality. That's the greatest secret to creating your own reality. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, The Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/BeSomethingWonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, our TikTok at BeSomethingWonderful, or anywhere on social media at BeSomethingWonderful or Tom Kearin. You can find us. We also have an organization page on Facebook at BeSomethingWonderful. And don't forget, we have our membership channel. We have a big live stream scheduled for this month, February 25th, 2024 at 9 a.m. in the morning, just coming up here this month. We're going to be broadcasting live from our Be Something Wonderful from the membership channel. I'm going to be answering your questions live. Questions and addressing topics that you're sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. So if you have topics that you would like to discuss or you'd like to hear more about, send those to info@besomethingwonderful.com. Send your questions and topics there. And don't forget, we released a video about a week ago. We have more content coming on the membership channel, as well as this second live stream of 2024 this month on February 25th at 9 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Coast Standard Time. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.